Welcome in, everyone. Happy Monday morning. Yes, I can say that. It's a happy Monday morning because I don't work. That's how that works. Trisp, welcome in. How's it going? All right. So, I went down the rabbit hole, right? I joined Arc Raiders, and yeah. Now I have a new game that I really enjoy. I delayed. I did. I waited kind of sort of a while on it, right? And now I'm really enjoying it. I think what it was it took me a little bit to really watch a lot of solo gameplay, and the way they have it set up for solo playing, I really like it. But so I just joined that. I think, was it Friday? No, it was yesterday. Saturday. So I started playing Saturday, right? And now another game comes out today that I'm looking forward to. And that game is Solo Leveling. Yeah, comes out in about 3 hours. So looking forward to that. There's just so many games, right? Another game that comes out in like a week. What's the timeline here? Comes out in about a week on December 4th. Right here is Octopath Traveler, right? I got to play the beta on this, and I actually really enjoyed the game. So this one is another one I'll be looking to get when it comes out. Just so many games. I don't know. Can't help it, right? I am the collector of games. I don't get to play that many games, but I think it came from, like, okay, growing up, I had all the time to play the game, but not all the money to play the games. And now I have adult money. I can buy all the games, but I don't have all the time to play the games. So that's how that went, right? And been changing things up on my stream a little bit. I now have a just chatting screen. I had to fix it. It was totally broken. And we have a little turkey on here. Because today is Jeep and Annie's cooking stream. But it's our Thanksgiving cooking stream. Because on Thanksgiving, which is Thursday, we are both working. So today we are having all the food. So she starts at like noon today. So in 5 hours. And then has like a 6 hour or so cooking stream. She's, roasting turkey and making all kinds of food. And it'll be fun. It is one of her, I think it is probably her favorite holiday. All right. Outside of this, I haven't played much else. I did remove Once Human from my computer, though. I uninstalled it again because I only went back to it to play with the pals in it. But I really hate the way they transition between the seasons. I was like, nope, I'm not going to do it anymore. And so, I'll play for a while and then stop. So, it's back off the computer. Dune was in there waiting for the new, what are they calling it? The base, I don't even know. Base gun. It is a gun, like a handheld that you can be able to capture what your whole base is and save it so that you can put it back out in some other location or hopefully the way I think they're going to be going is that you're going to be able to character transfer and then bring your base with you. So, because right now, every 20 days, we have to log in and go get power and make sure we have power and power the base back up. Make sure we, so we don't lose anything. It's a pain. And we're using, if you play Dune, there's two different types of sub-feasts, right? So the top one, the advanced one, has taxes attached to it. We split our base into two little ones. And we have two sub-fiefs, the low-level ones. And there's no taxes. So that way, at least we're not paying that. All right. Outside of that, I don't think I have a whole lot. I think we'll roll over into some game dev. We're still working on scenery this weekend. So we'll have another day of that. And then next weekend, we'll get back into some programming stuff because, I need to work on the log, the quest log. So that may be next weekend. And then we'll be starting to work on some more attack mechanics starting next weekend. All right, let's switch over here. There we are. Open this back up. All right. We're currently working a lot on upper, right? So I think that's what we'll continue to work with. In the swamp, maybe, it works, right? So you're kind of walking through marshy mud stuff. Yeah. And I still have to make animated bubbles. Oh, I got to fix right there. I got to make animated bubbles to go on top of some of the brown to make it look like you're walking through like mud stuff, right? Brewer, welcome in. How you doing? How's your Monday so far? Hi, Seth. All right. Good. You got your coffee before you ask. Excellent. I always like making sure everybody has coffee because I have coffee. And of course, it goes down the wrong pipe. Okay. I guess my lungs wanted some coffee too. Right. So, we have rest in the scenery on this side of the marsh. Looks like we have to fix right here. Yesterday, I was working on a lot of the animated trees, so which you can't really see, so I'll drag this all the way out. But these are all the animated trees that I've been working on. And there's still a couple more, that I need to get done, along with some other stuff, including like bubbles to put into the marsh. You slept about 11 hours last night, worked for about 4 hours in your garage, adding OSBs to the walls. And you got about fifth of it done. Nice. Our garage is a nice size, right? So we have both our Jeeps in it, which is nice because it's an extra tall door, so I can get my Jeep in it. But it has all the car stuff on one side. So, you know, all the extra parts and components and all the stuff that I need. In front of the Jeeps is the tool benches. And then on the other side is all the camping gear. And there's a lot. Camping gear, survival gear, all that stuff's in there, ready to go. And there's a lot of it. It's a good thing that the garage is big. All right, so we need to sort this out and figure out what it was that I did here. All right, so we're in the marsh. And like I said, I know today I'll be playing a little bit more of Arc Raiders because I'm really enjoying it. I know. I was saying that like when I first started, I delayed getting the game because I didn't understand how nice the solo side of it is. So I'll be playing more of that. But I'll also be playing probably solo leveling, which comes out today. All right, so we need to do something like this. I just want to get rid of... I don't like sharp lines if I can help it, right? Yours is 2-car separated garage door. Okay, with lots of extra space. Nice. Got all your wood... Oh, the woodworking. Yeah. I would love to do woodworking stuff. I mean, I just want a big, crafting shop. I want woodworking. I do leatherwork. So I think that would be a great combination. I used to do some woodworking stuff, like making like the stargazing chairs or Viking chairs, whichever way you want to call them. And then I would put like leather onto it, hand carve like designs into them. It was a lot of fun. I enjoyed that stuff. All right, this is going to drive me just... There we go. Okay. That one kind of got rid of that side, but we need to get rid of this side. That's better. No sharp lines. I don't like them. Yeah, I'm the same way, Brewer. Like I don't like absolute sharp lines when I can avoid it. Right? Like I see this right here. And even that kind of bothers me. But that will be okay. Right? You know, like I said, I was working on trees. So I added in like the marsh trees. So we have like these ones. You know, just different kind of looks. And then when you run it, these are all animated. All the trees are animated. So the leaves are moving on them. The lights are glowing in these ones. Yeah, I think it'll look good once all the stuff's in. And I'm doing this tile by tile, right? I can press the play button at the top right to see it animated in the room too. Also, hi, Grug. Top right. Oh, you mean this? Here, let me put one back. Yeah, check that out. Learn something new. All right. And you tend to stack tile sets a bit to prevent the straight lines. Yeah, I do. And you can sort of see over here, like all the layers that I have. The marsh has like bottom, middle, upper. Yeah, so yesterday it was this corner, getting this part of the marsh done. Outside of the trees and like some bushes and that kind of stuff, the marsh is kind of close. Or at least this side of the marsh, right? I do have bubbles that I would like to put in. And it's going to be so it looks like you're walking in the marsh a little bit. So there'll be some bubbles every now and then. So I'm going to put that stuff in. Still got to work on this up here. This is the grassland. So right now it's 3 distinct biomes, right? So we have what's called the grasslands. This whole bottom is the marsh, and then this top is ancient forest. So all kind of mixed together, and yeah, let's get in there. It's coming along nice. And like I said, next weekend I want to work on the quest log. So I need to create that, have a quest where like when you activate a quest, accept a quest, it shows up in your log. So then you're able to review it, right? That'll be next weekend. And then also probably starting next weekend, we're going to start working on some more fight mechanics to try to clean up that a little bit and start adding some things into there. Although next weekend is a short weekend, I only get 2 days to stream because the following week I leave Monday for work travel for the week. All right, so we're going to, I think, work this section. Yeah, it's going to be icy, I know. Yeah, I fly out Monday. I'm gone for the whole week. I'll be in Nashville. And, yeah. So, hopefully it'll be all right. Right? I fly out Monday. I fly back like Friday. I don't have to drive, you know. They cover all that stuff for me, so no driving. Yeah, it'll be nice. There's a straight line. It will be good, right? Yeah, I have a presentation to do during that time. I got all kinds of stuff. There we are. All right, no straight lines. Yeah, like I do a lot because we're virtual, right? So normally we're just doing either, well, we've moved over to like Zoom, but I do a decent amount. Tech documents, all that kind of stuff, idea docs. But this one is our yearly team meetup in Nashville, which is my home base. So we'll, you know, fly into there. The whole team's there. We all do our presentations. Some of the higher ups usually are there. So all right. I think for the most part, the blending is okay. The way it looks, right? So we want stuff. Oh, and I could probably do this. Now, which one? Okay, that's dark in comparison, so I think it's this one. Yeah. We'll just mix in a couple things through here. Yeah, and then when I get back first week, I have about 3 weeks, and then I have a vacation where I'm gone almost the same amount of time, another 5 days. There will probably not be any game dev work while on vacation. but that's all right. That's okay. And for this, I have 1, 2, 3 caves currently. I think I want a fourth one, but I have one down in here, here, and up here. There's probably gonna be one back in here. They're not gonna be real like expansive or any of that stuff, but you are going to be able to go in and explore. Hopefully. I do have a cave biome set that I'm going to be using. And it's all going to be probably on this same one, right? So it's all going to be on here. You know, just make a corner, make one cave, and then make another cave, that kind of stuff. All right. And I don't know if you heard earlier, if you like anime and if you've watched Solo Leveling, Solo Leveling Arise Overdrive comes out today in about 2.5 hours. And I'm looking forward to that. But at the same time, like, I also got into Ark. Ark Raiders. Yeah. What kind of game is it?
I'm ready.
Hang on. Let's get GX on, and we'll take a look. So it's got a story to it, right? It follows Solo Leveling, the anime. I've been watching another streamer named Trisp. I've been watching him play this, and it looks really good. I mean, it's got a couple bugs, you know, but overall, I think it's really good. Right, so you get to craft and make equipment and work your way up. Yeah. So this game here, let me. There. If you want to check it out more, like I said, it comes out in about 3 hours. Yes. And it's cool. Like, I like the way it looks. Watching the gameplay, I've liked it. So, looking forward to it. Yes, you play as the main character. You are Jinwoo in this. So you are playing the main character. Yep. All right. Let's go around and put some of these holes in place. Yeah, it does. I don't know if anybody's currently, I'm sure they are, streaming it because some people got early access, right? So it'd be worth going to look. All right, so we have a little walkway back there. You're very certain some larger VTubers. Oh, I'm sure. Yeah, there's got to be. There's a bunch of people that play it. So these are the deeper ones. Right? But we want lighter ones as well. There. Now I'm doing that, and I think that's okay, but as I progress, I think I want to make more like long looking ones. That, and we're gonna put like that in the middle. All right, let's think about this. We want this inside there. So we'll do that. New. We will do that. That'll be all right. And I still have to figure out a lighting system on here. And if you haven't seen Glare, I think it's called, that's probably what I'm going to use. Let's make this a little weird looking, right? So if we go like that, it can be this. let me, while I'm thinking about it. Yes, it's called Glare. And this is the Glare engine. It's a 2D lighting system for GameMaker. Right, and this is definitely what I'm looking for. I mean, the lighting alone is like impressive, the way they have it. Here. And I was watching Hamster Hammer play this or use this lighting in his game, and I love the way it looks. You know, the natural ability to create shadows and stuff. Yeah, you're considering for a few parts. I mean, it's so much better and smoother and takes multiple components into effect compared to like what I was doing for like Pixel Warrior, which was I just made the whole like screen black and then punched little alpha holes into it. Right? Yeah. So I think it's cool. That, like I said, that is probably what I'm going to be using for a lighting system in here. I just haven't figured out, like I haven't imported it yet or any of that stuff. And there are other ones. Do I have Juju stuff on here? Juju Adams. I think on his GitHub has one called Lightbulb or Bulb. Yeah, here. Bulb. This is also a free light system as well. And Juju Adams stuff is located there. But yeah, Bulb is another one to look into. Yeah, I don't know. Let me see if the docs are on here. Yeah, I was looking for like pics of it, but all of Juju's stuff is really good. That I do know. I've never used Bulb, but it's free. So that is another option as well. Glare is like $10. So, you know, if you're here in the States, it's like $10. I do know that Hamster Hammer was talking about being able to contact the devs of Glare on the Discord, and they responded quickly, helped with issues. So being able to reach the devs is a big benefit as well. So just that alone sometimes is worth, you know, the $10. But these are two options. That's all. All right. What are we doing here? There. So what is what are some of your goals today, Brewer, that for with your game? You're getting the projectile arch setup. Nice. Lobbing arrow. Yeah, lobbing arrows. Are you using like a physics into it? So adding like gravity to the arrows to try to make it feel like a natural fall? Or are you launching things with a set distance on the arc? Set distance? Okay. The only thing I've ever done that had any sort of like arch to it is all right, you're gonna be right back. I'll show you when you get back. Frantics. I love the name. Whoa, welcome in. How are you doing today? Right. Now, all we're doing is kind of just placing a couple of little things, right? It's probably going to get, a lot of it's going to be overwritten anyways because I'm going to put more little mountain stuff in here. But that's sort of the basic look. And you're good. Work from home, so you get to catch a few streams you don't normally catch. Nice. That is me as well. I have, like, I do 4 10s, so I get to catch things and enjoy it, right? Gives me lots of time. So on my office, like upstairs, I have a my work setup, and then I have another laptop setup, and on that, I usually have like streams and stuff up. I could probably work down here, but I try to keep the work area and daily outside work separate. That way they don't blend so much, and then you don't feel, I don't know, stressed all the time or any of that stuff, right? The environments are different. That's kind of the key. Key. All right. There. I think this is going well. It's just simple stuff, right? Nothing major. We're just putting out some like building our level. And yesterday we completed basically the way this side looks.
Excellent terrain.
And I heard a Darth Vader. Hello. Excellent terrain, shooter. Thanks. How are you doing today? You know, so this is getting there. None of the trees are there yet, but they are going to look, they'll look like this, right? It'll be these styles for inside the marsh. And I learned this button up here, but they animate. Right, so one has like glowing lights on it, and the others are these. I still have to adjust some of the frame rates to find out what kind of looks good with it, but that's how these are going to work. So for now, we'll keep them out. There. All right, we want probably marsh middle. I think that'll work. You're liking the look of the map, thanks. Is that too much? Go like that. Oh, what did I put that on? That must be marsh upper. It is. All right, there we go. So now we have this one that we were working on. I think we'll do another little like piece right here. I don't think I want stairs here at all. We have stairs there, here. There is a path to get on from the other side over there. Just had a guy crawling underneath your house. Local heating. I'm glad you said that. I was like, local heating and air guy who was at the wrong house. I mean, it happens. A lot more than, you know, you kind of think, right? Oh, we were talking about using an arc. So this game, which was I used for a this, right? I used for one of my game jams, early game jams. When you fire, you can move where you want the cannonballs to try to go with your mouse, and then physics helps with the launch of it. So it adds gravity, the cannonballs have weight, that kind of stuff. But that was, I mean, it's an okay game. It was just a game jam that didn't turn out real good, but that was the only time I've tried using like an arch for firing things and adds physics into it. You parabola math. Oh, okay. You lost me. You said math. I was like, I don't know. I don't know. it's a little challenging with it. That's for sure. Let's do that. I feel like there needs to be a little bit more of black. And I may come through and add a line of black on this here, right on the edge, to help give it a little bit of like, oh, it's a depth thing. If that makes sense, right? So like if you're here and you're looking at this, like the two kind of look like the bush is on the bottom level, but it's really on the edge of this top piece. So I am thinking about coming in and adding a little bit of black along it. Maybe a little bit of shadow to try to help separate the two. You know, it might work. If we do that, we'll just make this like a thin look. Yeah, and you can kind of see what I mean, like, it just kind of blends together, especially where there's gaps in the tree stuff. Like this. Right? Some of it doesn't match up exact. There, we'll do that. That kind of gives it that look right there, but I still may come in and give it a little bit more shadow on some of these. And that looks weird. Why does it look weird? Because I was using this one. All right, it'll be fine. So, Brewer, how many levels are you currently at with your game? And where do you see it going with the number of like zones or levels or however your game references it? All right. Maybe I've just been using some wrong ones. So if we want that, and then we want to curve it, maybe like this, that might be okay. Currently, you have 6. Where it's going to be dynamic with zones and how they are laid out. So it could be millions in the end. Nice. Nice, nice. All right. I don't have any other top pieces Yeah. I mean, you can do a lot when they're being like dynamic generation on them. All right, let's bring this down, but let's curve it. Bring it out one, then drop it. There. All right. So now we got that one. Probably want something in here. I think would be okay. Put something like that. And we do this. Like that. That'll work. Yeah, see, like now we're using the angle ones. It gives, I mean, like, you can still see it. So, I think it just needs, like I said, a little bit of extra edging to it. It's not as solid as I would like it. All right, this one. Let's make it like a curved. Start it there. Right, and we'll take this probably to here and curve it up. And we'll give it like that look there. Maybe, oh, maybe we should do some stairs with it, right? Like that. This has a very straight line that I don't always like. Oh, and I was not paying attention. So, ads have gone off. I am going to take a quick be right back. I'm going to grab some more coffee. And then we'll be back and get into things. So, hang tight, and I will see everybody in a few moments. Okay. Let's pick up where we were. I know. I get up and walk around, and a particular somebody right here follows me everywhere. Yes, you do. As soon as I get up, you're like, oh, we're going on an adventure. Okay, we're going to walking to the kitchen, walking over here. Yeah, I know. Pets are good for that. So I feel like we need that, but not quite, right? All right, so maybe we'll curve it there. It's not blending as well as I want, right? We have this to give it a look. And there, we do have inside corner ones like that. All right, I mean, that'll work. Put something like this. There. All right, that'll at least give some depth to it, right? Where, like here. I think that works okay. We could actually bring this out and overlap a little bit with it. right? Now I don't like straight lines, and they bother me. They do. So how do we fix that issue? I think what I need is maybe that and that. All right. And that's gonna be too much. Do that. That'll be all right. Why does that look weird here? Say up higher? Okay. It's not white. Blending it. But I think it'll work, right? And just for fun, we'll do another one like right here. You're not even probably gonna see it, but you know, that's okay. There. That'll give it like a little tiered look. And I think that is okay. Right? So, that's what we got. All right, let's put swamp plants, some other stuff. I do need to find mushrooms. I need swamp mushrooms. Because you can buy a swamp burger from the barkeeper. And I want swamp mushrooms. You can sell to the barkeep. All right, and like I said, I do have bubbles that are going to be on the walk path every now and then that will be animated, but I have to finish making them. And then I think it'll look good once you get some lighting in there. Things will be good. I'd like the marsh to kind of be a little spooky. Right? Like you're like, oh, kind of creepy. That's always good stuff. So I'll need to figure out how I want to do that. One of the things I would love if I could get it to work right. Yeah, with the bubbles, right? So you just make, I don't know, a couple little bubbles popping up every now and then. I think that'd be good. And this is bothering me, so I'm going to fix it now. This little straight line right here. So, where is that? Marsh middle? Marsh bottom. But, look at that. We'll see. We will see. Okay, so if we do that, can I do marsh middle? Yeah, we could do that. That'll work. There. Yeah, and I have not been successful in figuring this out yet. But let's say I wanted an effect, right? And we'll bring it down here. And let's say I click on this effect and I want, we don't have effect types anymore. What? Why don't I have a drop-down list? What is wrong with you? Okay, for those that use GameMaker, in the new version, 2024.14, have you run into the drop-down of effects not being here anymore? Did they move it somewhere? There used to be a huge drop-down list, and you could be able to edit and do everything right here, and it seems to be gone now. Unless it's, like, moved someplace else. Yeah, I don't know. It used to be under the inspector, and you could choose it here. Well, here goes that for showing it. Wonder if that's like a bug. That's too bad. All right. Now it really doesn't work. But I used to be able to choose like clouds, that kind of stuff, and make it look like it's smoke. So I'll have to figure out something. We can probably take this effect layer out. There we are. Yeah. You got your arcing working. Nice. That didn't take you long. Well, unless you've been working on it for a little while. But congrats. Okay, so how... When you fire, right, is there different strengths to the firing, or is it you just fire and it's an automatic, like it figures out the arc? So, I mean, can you shoot like different ranges? Or does it adjust based upon where your enemy is towards you? And that's why you were mathing. Right. Okay. Let's stuff up here. All right, figures out the arc. The length of the arc is always the same length, and the arc is higher the closer it is. Gotcha. Okay. There. Currently, you don't get up here anyways, so... There. Let's put in... So this will give area to walk around in. Like, when I'm designing stuff, I try to make it feel like it would be somewhat natural, right? So if you were really in this type of environment, how would it feel, right? Pathways are never straight. You have randomness to it. And that's just kind of where I try to sit with it, right? And this, we're going to change it up. There. For here, I think we'll do green or like regular look. There. I think once some lighting is on here, you'll be able to get more immersed into the zone, right? I don't know, make it so the lighting's a little darker or something. It'll be something like that, right? You should be able to walk right there. There. All right. And I try not to use too many of the same piece together. Again, I'm just trying to, like, I try to make things feel like it could exist that way, right? And it comes from like years of doing like, I don't know, StarCraft maps and other ones. I like to make things like feel immersive into it. Right? And that's probably why I like tiling it. I like putting things down so much. Good morning, Jeepin. Yeah, you made some StarCraft maps. A few popped off for a short while. Nice. Yeah, I had a few like people were playing, but like nothing major. It was mostly like just for the fun of making stuff. Right. And it was the same thing. Like I made maps for like Dragon Age and Neverwinter Nights. I played a ton of, so it was for that. Command and Conquer. I loved Command and Conquer games. But you can make maps for that too. And that was fun. All that stuff, right? All right. That is completed. This probably doesn't need to be like this. You could probably get away with like lighter look. And I feel like that would be better. Yeah. All right. That kind of completes this deeper marsh area, right? As I'm calling it. Because this is all marsh. This whole bottom. But you have like different styles. And to blend it together, I was trying to do like holes in the lighter like moss look with some of the blue coming through it. And Lord Harrison, welcome in. First time viewer. Are you doing this full time? This as in game dev and for yourself? Yes, I'm doing it for myself, but I'm not doing it full time. I do have a job that I work 40 hours in. So primarily, like I stream it 3 days a week. So Saturday, Sunday, Monday mornings. And then the rest of the week is my work week, so I don't stream. I probably put in, well, for this particular game, outside of stream, I've been trying to get another 15 hours in during the week. Trying. It's not always easy, but I try, right? So, yeah, I wish it was my full-time thing. That would be fun. Like, I would enjoy that, right? But no, it's not my full-time gig. And I'm my own studio, right? So, solo deving it. And this weekend is primarily... I took a break from the coding, so this weekend has been primarily working on the map, trying to build it up. Good morning, Calvart. How are you doing today? And I guess it varies on how much I'm doing, right? How busy work gets, that kind of stuff, if I can do any during the work week. I also am a gamer, so I do enjoy trying to play some games, and also just some other, hobby stuff and miscellaneous things. But all right, so putting down the pathway, basic, some decoration stuff. I think the marsh is pretty good. Objects like trees and all that stuff, I'm still working on, but like I was showing, a lot of them are all animated, so I got to finish putting those together. But you're gonna have animated trees. I got to fix their frame rate, but animated trees. All right, let's switch over to the oh, and I don't have the game. Let's see, as soon as it pops up here, right? There we are. No, come on. There we go. Thanks, OBS. Just taking your time. Appreciate it. Good morning, Foundry. How are you doing today? We are working on scenery. That's what we're doing this weekend. We were taking a break last weekend. I worked on item coding for inventory. I got it working to the point where if I was to say go talk to the barkeep and open up the shop, right, I can buy and sell stuff now, but I can't click and drag anything. I'd like to get click and drag working over here, but I'm not sure if I want it working yet in shop inventory side or your inventory side yet. It'll definitely have to work on this side, right? Because you need to be able to put it into like a quick bar. You're doing fantastic. Debating on opening GameMaker and trying to figure out some bits because GML gives you a headache. What? Yes. Like GML gives me a headache. I am still slowly learning everything. On my game journey for almost 2 years. February will be 2 years of when I started trying to learn programming, trying to learn GameMaker. I started with GameMaker Visual. Now I've moved over into GML, but and I think what's helping is like I spent my first year doing a game called Pixel Warrior, right? 2D dungeon crawl game. I had so many different styles of coding that I was doing that it's a good first game, but it's not a very good game, right? I had GameMaker Visual built into it. I had GameMaker Language because I started switching into that more in the middle of that. Then after that, I'm doing. So when did I stop that? April, maybe. I switched into doing more shorter projects, 3-month long projects. And you have, I don't know, like there was the Twitch avatar one, which you see running around at the bottom of my screen. Then a tower defense, and now this RPG. Your D's Rocks. By the way, you changed your name. Okay. Are you one of the ones that type of people like change their name all the time? I have a few friends. They just, and they pop in here every now and then. They change their name all the time. I can never keep up with them. I'm like, who are you today? So you have figured out movement. a sprint and stamina system, health, mana, but now you need to figure out how to interact with a specific object and to take you to a new room. Okay. Well, teleporting is how I do the rooms, right? So I can show you some of that. Welcome in, Amsterdam. How are you doing this morning? Did you change your name, Boundary? Did you change your name on Discord as well, or are you still the same name? What I think? Oh, maybe I'll put it in the resources. Foundry, not you, Hamster. So let me think where I put that. Was it a script? Yes. Doors. This is a door script that uses constructors for the teleporting, right? It's kind of already laid out. I think it was OK Dog that showed it to me. Okay. But you'll be changing it as well. 32-bit Foundry. Yeah, idea popped in your head. Then Foundry 32 was born. Excellent. I will put this in there. But this is how I'm using my teleports. Right? So you have a script. And then these are my two doors. I have enter tavern and exit tavern. In the world, I have one object sitting up here, right? So, like this one right here. Okay. This is object tavern enter, and then I have one for exit. They basically are tally enter. We'll look at this one. This is the teleport into the tavern, right? And I have one for exit. So I have it, and you like, mine's not automatic. You have to press E to make it work, but you can just make it automatic. So in here, let's bring this down and make this a little bigger. There. When you go to the teleport, I have it saying, hey, do you want to exit the tavern? Then you press E, and it'll take you outside. And the same thing, if you want to enter the tavern, there you go. In Kelvar, you have always been Kelvar. Yes, but some people mispronounce your name and call you Kevlar. Don't get me started on that. Because I was that person. Yes. I was calling you Kevlar for a little bit because in my head, I know the material Kevlar. So I was like, Kevlar, but it's Kelvar. Don't let me get lost on that again. Right? So, that is kind of how my teleport doors are working, right? So you can make a enter and exit or enter room, exit work. Loading, how are you? I'm good. How are you doing? How do you get to code view like that instead of having several tabs and switches between create, step, draw? Oh, this is called Code Editor 2. So to turn it on, right? So you want it so you can see all the code together, right? instead of like, so you just want it all in a line, right? To be able to do that, go to properties or file preferences. In preferences, scroll down to where you find code editor 2. It still says beta, right? Once you enable it, which is right here, it will look like this. And if it's not, if you don't have it on, then it'll look like the main piece is your create, and then you'll have a line, and you'll have like step event, like separate, right? They'll be in like little tabs, that kind of stuff, separate from the main object, which is the default look. But I like this. And Grog Dev showed me about this. Oh no, you're on version 23.11. Yes, you have to be. Well, I don't know when it came in. It was in 24 something, I think. It's definitely in the newest one, 24 or 2024.14. Yeah, and you have to panorama. I don't like that either. So having this makes it really helpful, because then you can also see over here, right? If I move it out so you can see it, you can see all your code on the side here as part of it. And if you know like what your code banks look like, you can be like, oh, I want to go here. It does have a couple problems because it is beta. So one of the things is sometimes I lose all the coloring in the project. You have to save it, close it, reopen it, and you'll get your colors back. So if you upgrade to 2024, it breaks all of your game projects. That's probably not very good. I mean, if you're in the middle of a project and you don't want to do that, like I would just exactly stay where you are, like hamster. You'd be fine. Sometimes you use VS Code in AI assistance and just search for the code you want to update. Well, like I don't use that like here, so for me, I like having it so I can see it, and then I know where my stuff is, like, right? And it'll put it in order. So it's got I don't know if you can see it, but there's there's a blue line right here, and that helps me know when the new sections are starting. So like this top is my create, all up here, and then I can see here I have a blue line. I'm like, oh, there's my next section, and it'll go. Then you have like step, and then it'll go into draw or whatever. And Panuch, good morning. I did hear the Sophie treat. And now that I said it, here she comes. There you go, Soph. Good girl. Go lay down. Right? All right. So, have you had the issue where the blocks you're typing don't actually keep everything you type? I had it showing me missing over half a block of code in the error message. But on my screen, it was all there. Had to save and reload, and then it showed it only holding half of what you typed. No, I have not had that. Was it an actual, was it a bug, or did you accidentally turn something on in GameMaker? Because there's tons of features with GameMaker that I still don't know. So did you turn on something like that and it was misrecording what you were typing or something? Like, how do you end up solving it? So, Panuch, how are you this morning? All right, let's move back to this. Close that. Let's move this back over here. You're good. Thanks. You're just chilling. Nice. I liked watching your stream last night where you were doing Avowed. I've never seen anybody play it, so it was nice to watch because I had thought about getting the game a couple times, but I just couldn't find anything like a huge amount of people playing it or anything like that. So I appreciate you taking the time to play it so I could see it. That was nice. In Foundry, I don't think I turned anything on, but all I had to do was save the project, close GM, and reopen it. Yes. Okay. So almost everything, especially being an IT guy. Have you turned it on and off again? Right? You got to turn it off and on again because that fixes everything. Right. All right. So, Boundary, you close GM, reopen it, retype everything that was missing, and then it worked. That was weird. Like, I mean, if you have to retype things, that's probably a lot. I have not heard of it. I don't know if Grog is around. Grog Dev is like supreme GameMaker. So, they may know it. They may have seen that bug. But if it happens again, are you part of GameMaker's Discord? They do have help sections in there that you can post things that happen, and they may ask for logs. They may ask for certain steps on what you're doing. And they're usually, like, they're really helpful. Yes, for reasons like this. So not only do I have some stuff, but I'm growing my game development area of my Discord, but the GameMaker one is official, right? There's lots of people that know GameMaker inside and out, including the devs that are on there. So that's worth going to. And Jeepin, Panuch, are you still wearing your fuzzy green dino jammies? Yes, if you missed it, you should catch the VOD for Panuch here, who was in a fuzzy green dino onesie jammy looking thing, right? Yes. And Panuch, you wish you had dino nuggets? I do too. I like dino chicken nuggets. We need to get some more. I tried to get them onto the shopping list. I did. I was like, Jeepin, we need some dino nuggets. They did not make it on the shopping list again. So sadness there, right? Yeah. And, morning farts. Yeah. You know, clean up a little bit. Wiser Commit, how's the progress going? Item pickup is all fixed with inventory. Yes. Why is it? Let me show you. Here, let me bring the game down a little bit, and we'll increase this. And I'll show it real quick. All right. When you hit I, it opens up the inventory, right? So right now we only have one item in here. We have currently an item on the ground. We'll walk over it, pick it up. It's just for testing. You're not, I don't know. You may randomly find something on the ground, but when you hit I again, your item is in here. Now, the big part that I fixed was when you go talk to the barkeep, we're not going to go through the dialogue. I have it also set to B for right now. So we'll turn on the shop inventory, right? This is now the items in the barkeeper's stash, right? And this is yours. You can now, you left click on it, you have a buy button. So I buy it. It's now in my inventory. Or I can sell stuff and it goes into theirs. So that is all working. Including the Swamp Burger, you can buy like everything, you know, like that, right? And like I said, nice little, you can sell stuff. When they have an item with a description, which is most things will, they just don't right now. It'll say the name like this, Swamp Burger, how much it costs, and then it says made with delicious swamp lettuce. Sure. Right? And it will remember, so now my items are in here when I open up my bag. But if I go back to the shopkeep, every time you go back, it redoes the inventory of the NPC. So now you have random new items, right? And that refreshes it every single time. Dino nuggets in the shopkeep. Yes, that is what I need. I need tiny little dino nugget sprite. Like I'll make little dino nugget ones. We could put that in there. You can buy dino nuggets. That'd be great. Oh, so the only thing I haven't done yet, and I'll probably start working on it this week into next like stream weekend. Now I need to get it so that you can click and drag these, so that you can click and drag them to like a quick bar. Even though for this RPG, your attacks are a turn-based style, right? The idea is if you have a quick bar, you can still use an item on your quick bar and an attack. But if you open your bag to get an item, it uses up one of your attacks. Quick versus slow. That's the idea. And welcome in, Erie. How you doing today? That is the idea, right? All right. So, this weekend, we have created the swamp, which is all this area down here, right? And I've got most things with it. So we have the lighter end of the swamp with more mossy area. Then we go in here and we have the darker swamp. What is the tile set? It is it's a RPG series tile set. And out of that tile set, there's a whole bunch of them, like biomes. So this is the marsh. I'm using a ancient forest one for up here, and then this is going to be the grasslands. But if you zoom in on it, like this is what it looks like, right? And it comes with a lot, so it's a good tile set to get. And this is just like the marsh stuff. I like it. I think it looks pretty good. And I'm keeping with all the style. And the reason, it is a lot of tiles. Yes. It's a lot of tiles. And I'm placing them kind of one at a time. The reason I went with this tile set, right, was I purchased the pack because of all the different biomes that it had. If anyone, let me see if I can find it. Give me a second here. Let me find it. Where, oh, where? There you are. All right, so this is the person that this tile set comes from. They have multiple different sets for it. The one I'm particularly using is called RPG, right? So it has all these biomes for it. They also have ones that are like, they call it 2D Magic Lands. They call it, they have another one called Side Scroller. So this person has a ton of sets. And this is their itch link. And Bullion, welcome in. How are you doing this morning? Yeah, but that is the tile sets that I'm using, right? So I have the marsh. We're gonna have the ancient forest up here and the grasslands. There is also a cave one, so there will be a couple caves. The building one, which is for this, also has all the interior stuff, right? So the interior ones. And again, it's not little with the stuff. So this is their furniture pack. When you're inside it, like, that's the tiles for this, right? Lots of stuff on the inside just for this pack. Yeah, Neri, the person has a lot of skill. So like I said, I purchased a pack, and they have run different packages now and then, but I got one that had roughly the different biomes that I think would be good for this, right? So that's what I'm going with. And this weekend we got the marsh created with little decorations into it, not the trees yet. The trees, when they're ready, are, whoops, let's put that back where it was. The trees are going to look like this. This is a big tree, right? Then you have a couple like little things. And all of these ones are animated. So when you zoom in, like, the lights glow on these type of trees, leaves, all that stuff. So they each of the trees is about 9 or 10 frames. Yeah. You use craft picks. That is some nice art you just showed. You're checking it out. Might have to get some for your games. Nice. Yeah. It's a 3-month project. I was not going to try to sit and figure out how to do all this. Is the glow tree on another layer? Right now, well, depending on which one for showing it, I just put it into scenery middle. And this is it. Yeah, this one. I have different layers for the scenery, for like different layers for objects like this, like the sprites. But it's all one together. Yeah, because it's just 10 frames. Well, yes. Wait, what? Oh, I see what you mean. is the glow on a different part, right? No. The glow is just built into the frame, and each one is slightly different. That's all. Yeah. For that, no, I don't have, like, glow outside of it. What I am going to be using for a light source eventually is... I think I'm going to go with Glare Engine. This is probably what I'm going to use, right? So Glare Engine is made for GameMaker. Yeah, bulb's also a thing, but I know people that have used this. Hamster Hammer showed it to me, and I love the way it looks. Right? So yeah, I definitely think this is the way to go with it. But there are also ones. Bulb is by Juju. That is a free one. I have that one here as well. Right, so under Juju, here is Bulb. That, like I said, that's a free one. And there was another one as well. But I'm leaning towards using Glare. When I get around to start implementing light stuff. All right. All right, let's stop that. Get the tree out of here. All right. I was talking and didn't even pay attention. Ad break has started. I do need to take a beer right back. I need to take care of the pets real fast, and then I will be back. So, hang tight, and I will see everybody shortly. I'm back. Yeah, I just had to uncover Arwen, who's the 4-year-old Quaker Parrot. Say good morning, all the fun stuff, right? So we still have about a minute of ads. And let me see. Neri, you are back. Perfect. So Silver Bullet uses a custom, simple lighting engine you created. It's blazing fast. Nice. And Wiser Gibbon, wow. You build all your own stuff. I tried, and I do have a lighting system that I made, right? It was for Pixel Warrior, right? So here, the light system, and all it really did was make a light, like it was an alpha hole. I made the whole thing black on the top layer and then punched an alpha hole into it. And then I added a little bit of pulse to that alpha. That's how I made my light systems before, but it did not have extra shadows. Things like objects didn't give shadows or any of that. It just simply punched a hole in there. And that was my first experience with lighting. So that's what I did. But using like an actual little light engine is amazing for it. Like I said, I think I'm sticking with this. But there are other alternatives. You do have to buy this one. So if that's a consideration, Juju's bulb is also free. Oh, so much time. All right. So the last couple of projects, the Twitch avatar one, which is what's running around the bottom of my screen, that was a 3-month project. My tower defense game was a 3-month project on here, right? So my tower defense one, 3-month project. Having assets, purchasing them so that I can use them in commercial projects, well worth it, right? Saves so much time. Plus, I know art, like I know how to do like drawing, like paper drawing, right? And but digital, I'm still getting better at, and it just takes me time. And sometimes it's the time I don't have because I work full time. I stream on the weekend with this. I try to fit in other things. I just don't have it. So, finding assets are a huge part of being a solo game dev. Same thing for music, right? I have no problem. Like if somebody has a music pack that they've made, and are selling, I'm down for it, right? Saves time. I don't have to sit there. I do have programs to do it. Again, it just takes me forever. Neri, Twitch, stop showing empty ads. Yeah. You're back from the empty ad. Excellent. You sent me a script for the lighting system if you want to take a look at it. Sure. I'm not doing anything right now. Oh, okay. I will take a look at it later then because I have to download it and all that. I appreciate the script. And so that's the one, drag it into GM. Okay, well, I don't want it in this one. Hold on. Let me commit here. What am I calling this one? Marsh update. All right. Give me a minute here and download. All right. Oh, okay. So even if I drag it in, it won't work without modifications since it's tied to the project itself. Gotcha. Yeah, well, I'll take a look at it later then. Do you have is there like an itch page or anything with it? Do you have like sample videos, pictures, or any of that stuff with it? And that's the one you said you made for Silver Bullet, right? I think so. Yeah, but no itch page. Gotcha. All right. Let's move up to here and kind of start putting things into the ancient forest, right? Oh, and I got to fix that. Okay. Let's start with that. Oh, you sent a video of it? It's an old video from development. Okay. Let me bring it up here. Downloads there. I may have to capture it, so hold on one second. All right, pause. This is... Can I do a window capture? Yeah, there we go. All right, so this is your light system. Oh, this is from, yeah. I like that game. The ambient light here is pure black, but it can be any color. Gotcha. Player shots here are RGB. Yeah, I can see it around here. Okay. And I can see the RGB on the shots going off. Yeah. And it's pretty cool. I like the RGB to it, like adding that, because it looks like there's like extra shadows on things. Yeah. Nicely done. This literally 1 hour after you wrote the code for it. Excellent. Someday, I'll be able to write stuff that fast. Someday. So, yeah, if this is another option. So, Miri here created this. If you're looking for light system, looks like a good one too. You show the final result. Give you a second. Nice. All right. We'll move that over there. And while you're doing that, I'm going to figure out where this stuff went. So this is Ancient Forest. probably middle ancient forest. And we'll take this. No, not middle. Right here. There, and there we go. Okay. Oh. That's a whole YouTube thing. Okay. Let me switch that over to the other browser. So this is so many ads on YouTube. Let me find. Oh, I have it on GX here. Let me turn that one on. All right. This is how it looks currently. I don't know how well you can see it on there, but I can see it pretty good here. I like the subtleties to the shadow that the bullets cast. The different projectiles here all have a little like lighting and shadow to it. It turned out really nice. And if you've never played Silver Bullet, it's well worth it. I really enjoy the game. Yeah, that turned out good. I didn't know you had created the lighting system for it, so that's pretty cool. Nicely done. The whole web pattern is lights. Nice. Yeah, that looks good. All right, we fixed my little mishap there. Oh, I got to fix it here, though. Yeah, there's so many different things, and a lot of people do make their own light systems. My first attempt at it was just making everything black and then punching a hole into it, and that was it. That was all. Nothing real exciting with it, right? I think I need to fix. Like I said, there's multiple ways to do it. I'm not sure how which one I'm going with yet, but I'm leaning towards the glare light system. We'll come back, reorganize this, because I think what I want up here is going to be ancient forest. That's probably why. Okay, so do this. I need that above that. Probably. Shit. Let me get caught up. YouTube video, whole web attack. Yes, there's as many lights as the amount of bullets. on the screen. Even the shiny gems have lights, which is cool. It really gave a nice effect to it. Yours works with there while white as default color, which makes it pure black. Then it inverts colors of lights to add colorful lights using BM subtract as blend mode. Nice. So basically, if you want a red light, when it's drawn to the surface, it's inverse color, so it becomes cyan. But when applied on the scene, it shows as a red light. That seems really technical. Like I wouldn't even know. Like that's just cool and impressive that you can come up with that stuff. All right, how do we fix this? Marsh top is that, right? So marsh middle must be that. It's marsh top. All right. Oh, I see. Okay. I need to delete the middle one. Someday it'd be cool to get where I need to be able to make that stuff, right? All right, so that's the middle. And I don't know why I just did that. I really should make that more top. Yes, top. There. So now... And I have things on so many different levels because of depth layering. You can see all the layers over here. There we go. All right, we need to fix right here. And that is on this layer here. So on this layer, we need to put something there. All right, so first, zoom out, grab this. There, and then we'll do Ancient Forest. That. And maybe like a little bit of a curve there so that slightly different to it. Wiser, given maybe some groups to help them keep all straight. I have not made groups inside the room before. Can you do it in the room? Create layers. New. Create new folder. I guess you could. I labeled them. I didn't think about making a group. Right? So between here and here, like I have stuff like labeled like tile grass below. Then I have like marsh bottom. Then I have middles. I have upper, and then I have like topmost, right? So I need a few more. Yes. Yes. I never did the folder idea. And I guess you could do folders and then make things like, oh, these are in your upper level. This is in your middle layer, that kind of stuff. That's a cool idea. Yeah. I don't know why I never thought of it, but yeah. I guess it's because when I hit this, it doesn't show it to me, so I don't think about it. I didn't think about like right-clicking and looking. All right. Now I know I'll be trying to figure out folders. Cool stuff. Cool stuff indeed. All right, so we are doing that. I think we blend it like that and turn that one to this. Like that. I don't quite like, I don't like straight lines. So we're going to fix that. Like I said, I don't like straight lines. Can't have straight lines. You like GameMaker Studio. You've been using Phaser JavaScript for a couple years now and just making GameMaker games. You love it though. Nice. Yeah, I know. Structure-wise, GameMaker is pretty close to like JavaScript. Is probably the closest thing, I think. Right? All right, we'll put one like that. We can do like that. It was an easier transition. Nice. Yeah. There we go. Oh, I still have a straight line. We got to fix that. There we go. All right, that looks pretty good. So let's work on some of these like rock faces. We're going to put this on maybe here. Before I started learning GameMaker, I was not much of a coder. I mean, like working with IT stuff, like you use it, right? But I've never been a game coder. So, this is kind of like a real big thing for me. At one point in time, I did try to get into XNA for Xbox Live arcade games, but I didn't really go very far with it. Yeah, I didn't really go far, like much that far with it at all. All right, let's Actually, before we start all this, we should be adding... How do I want to do this? No, I think we should. Wait, is this your first real coding? Is making games in GameMaker? Yes. I started February, almost 2 years ago. So February of next year, in just a couple months here, is 2 years for me. My first game here was a remake of Asteroids, and it was in a GameMaker tutorial. Oh, it's not even showing. Hold on. There. Was a GameMaker tutorial, right? So then, after that, I started doing, I think I did a game jam. Then I started work on Pixel Warrior, which took me up until almost a full year. So it was April of this year. And then after that, I've really restructured how I was doing things. Just in the course of Pixel Warrior, my coding skills completely changed. I started with GameMaker Visual, then moved into using GML. So Pixel Warrior was a combination of the two. Monogame is a derivative of XNA and is pretty solid. Used to make Celeste. You need to know C# though. Gotcha. Yeah, so like it's been a lot, and I'm continually progressing. So after I did Pixel Warrior, which finished in April, I wanted more challenges, things to learn. So I wanted a couple learning projects. That's where these 3-month-long projects have come from. So I did a Twitch integration one, which is at the bottom of the screen now. Then I did the tower defense game, and now I'm on this. This should take me to the end of the year, probably like the first week or so after it. Should be there, right? So yeah, I'm learning, I'm growing. You know, it's a hobby. It's not, you know, for anything. So all right, let's go here. Let's put in a bunch of these, right? Nice work. Keep it up. I appreciate it. Yeah, I mean, it's a journey, and that's what the whole idea, like I started learning game development when I was taking a stream break. I was struggling and doing stuff, and so it took me a little bit. Finally, I decided, you know what? I really think it would be a cool idea to stream my game development journey and go from there. So that's what I've been doing. And I think it works. Right? Meeting like incredible people that are into this and learning new things, which is great. All right. I have a lot of space here. Do I want it to be like one big thing? Probably not. I think we'll just make it like a couple little ones. Give people room to wander around, that sort of stuff. So go up one more. Probably. Need to switch layers for this piece right here. So it makes it look like kind of blends there. Bring it out, turn it down. Do that, but I think it really just needs to be that. Oh, wait. So, if you're still there, given how long have you been working with GameMaker and overall just game design? All right, let's bring this in. On these, there's not really like stairs for this one. I don't really want to make it, so I think we'll just use like a ramp. And because of the length of this project, I have not tried, like I have not started to edit any of the tiles to make special ones, like stairs here that I don't normally have. These are ramps, that kind of stuff. We want 2 things here. There. That will give somebody the ability to go up to the top there. We'll go there. And we'll turn it. Just like that. You have been coding since '92. Pascal. I remember Pascal. I was in high school. I was not. Schools are good for this. I was not very good at math. The school would not let me in to learn coding. Like, they would not. They're like, you are not good at stuff, so you're not allowed in the computer classes. But at the time, I was better at other things with it. I remember figuring out how to hack into the high school had a TV studio, like hack into their TV studio and do stuff. But Yeah. Good morning, Jeepin. Today is an exciting day. It is we are celebrating like Thanksgiving today, right? Because we both work on Thursday, so we're not spending time like cooking or doing any of this stuff. And I should just say I'm only there to help taste test the food. I am not doing the cooking. Oh, no, you're getting pulled. I carry the heavy things. I will help lift the turkey and put it where it needs to be. But, you know, Jeebin, who has a cooking stream, right? So there. So Jeebin Annie, not only who's a mod on my channel, but is my wife, does a cooking stream every Monday at 4 p.m. Mountain Time. The rest of the time, it's all gaming. So she does the game streams, I do the game dev streams. But today, starting at noon, so in just a little over 2 hours, will be her Thanksgiving cooking stream. And it's going to run a while. What does she play? A little bit of everything. She's a huge, well, we both are, crafting survival games. But she's very big and loves Guild Wars 2. She just started playing Arc Raiders. I think she's also going to be getting Solo Leveling, which came out today. We played Dune Awakening, Valheim, Minecraft, V Rising, Planet Crafters, Return to Moria. All the games. We play all the games. She plays Fortnite too. So she's got all her basic down. No Man's Sky. Yeah. Too many games, right? That's kind of the problem for both of us. We have too many games. But yeah, she's sort of all over the place. A lot of Guild Wars 2. She really enjoys that one, so streams that. What's her channel again? I can paste it again. I just did a shout out for it here. And like I said, every Monday, normally at 4 p.m. Mountain Time is when the cooking stream is. Today's going to be different because it is the Thanksgiving cooking stream. So we'll be starting in about almost 2 hours. Yeah. Which it's probably coming up to be almost a good time for me to roll out, because lots to do. Got to get the kitchen organized, stuff moved. I have the dining area a disaster with stuff. So I got to clean that up. But I don't know if she's going to be doing any gaming today. She's going to play by ear, but it's definitely going to be starting off with all the cooking. That may take a while, and then she's going to see how it goes, right? But yeah, normally during the week, it's gaming. Tomorrow, she'll be, because her work schedule is slightly different than mine, is a gaming stream day for her. She's got some stuff in the morning, but she should be starting, I don't know, early afternoon, and then playing for a few hours. Right? All right. I do think it's probably a good spot for me to end. Today's going to be a shorter stream because of everything. Normally, I would go for at least another hour or so, but, you know, got to stop for a good cause sometimes. And I would like to eat today. So, but we're going to see who is currently on. do we feel like rolling into someone game deving, or would you like some game streams today? Do you want to see what solo leveling is about? Because I think that's where we're going to end up. Let me do that. I think that'll be fun, right? All right. We're going to go visit Trisp, who is playing solo leveling. He's a really good streamer, fun, energetic, from the UK someplace, and just overall really good, right? Comes in here a lot. Good friend. So we're going to go ahead, say hi to him, and let me get this started here. You want more of 8-bits, make 1 byte. Yes. But folks, I appreciate everyone for being here. I will see everybody again on Saturday. And we're going to get back to some coding, right? We're going to work on click and drag stuff. I think with the inventory, we're going to work on quest logs, that kind of stuff. But let's go say hi to Trips and see solo leveling. And I will talk to everybody later. I hope you all have a good one. Bye now.